What is up, Misha here? Talking to you more about some dreams. Anyways, sometimes if we can't get in touch with people over the internet, because maybe they're really popular and are getting a lot of attention and we want to talk to them, we turn to dreaming. And my husband was very curious about Eric Dubay, and there was something he said that didn't sit right with him. And he was wondering for a long time, kept hemming and hawing, going back and forth. I don't know if Eric Dubay is a shill or not. Is he a shill? Is he not a shill? Keep hemming and hawing about it and couldn't decide. And so I told my husband, you're a oneiromancer. Hello, why don't you just dream about him and ask him yourself what is going on with that stuff? And my husband's like, oh, right, duh. Sometimes he forgets how freaking powerful he is. Anyway, I'm always here to remind him that, yeah, he went and talked to Eric Dubay about this thing he said. And it turned out that Eric is not a shill, but he was threatened with death to say something very particular. And just one little thing, and this is after he already came out about all this flat earth stuff, so they can't threaten him with death to make him take back all of that, because that would just be too obvious that they're after him and stuff. So they just forced him to say one little thing that fits their narrative that they want. They don't really care if we know the earth is flat, so long as they get their money. And think that we're confined here and that there's limited resources and limited space, so that we can justify things like unborn baby murder or whatever. Anyway, I don't think Eric Dubay says anything about that. He seems very pono. Anyway, the thing that he said that upset us was that you need to pay off your debts. Debt is an illusion, and he should be smart enough to know this. And I think a lot of his followers are smart enough to know this too, but some of them aren't. And they want their money. They want to make sure they get their money, and so they made sure to tell Eric Dubay that he had better tell people to pay off their debts, or they're going to harm him or one of his family members. So that was rough for him, but he chose to say that because he has fear of these people, because they are powerful in the physical plane. I'll tell you what, they're really weak on the dream plane because they have the wrong alignment. And there are a lot of people that have reached God or goddesshood on the dream plane, and it takes some practice, but anyone can do it so long as they have the right moral alignment. I don't have any kind of megalomania. I just know that I'm righteous, and anyone else who is just as righteous as me can be just as powerful as me. And it's not limited to a select few people. But anyway, my husband is very, very adept on the dream plane, and they are terrified to assassinate him or kill him in any way or harm him, because if that were to happen, he would have a lot of power and influence in the afterlife on the dream plane, because if you are aware that the afterlife is the dream plane and you consciously do things in that realm, you can really influence the physical world, because as above, so below, there's all these reflections happening. So the physical plane is a reflection of the dream plane and the astral plane and so on. And so when things are changed in the dream plane, things can be changed in the physical plane, although sometimes it takes some time to catch up. But anyways, Eric Dubay's enemies won't be sleeping well ever again until they change their ways and become good people, which they probably won't. So for the rest of their life, they will have the most hellish sleep. They may even coin the term anti-sleep, because that's what it will feel like. It'll suck. terribly. Terribly so. So, no one's gonna sleep good until they are kind. Peace.